Next question for our discussants today is the fact that over the years you have worked with non-profit organizations, with churches and para-churches. What do you think that church leaders, para-church leaders should be pursuing right now? What are the norms? I mean, the new normal, looking at the reality of things today, especially the impact of this pandemic. What are the new norms you can advise para-church leaders, non-for-profit organization, CEOs and presidents to be pursuing right now?
Frankly speaking, I think the church should consider the following. In my opinion, the church should consider growing or going smaller but stronger. What do I mean by that is the church should consider building a cluster or a network with themselves. It could be through Sunday school. It could be through home cell, whichever you call it. We should grow the church in a way that we will be like families, but stronger. For non-profit organization, this is not time for non-profit organization to be everywhere. It is time for non-profit organization to do the best, the most important best. Another thing, in my opinion, is that both the church and non-profit organization should rethink, they should redirect, they should reevaluate, and they should re-energize. Rethink, redirect, reevaluate, and re-energize. But there are some things we were before now, for the pandemic, that may not be there tomorrow. When you tomorrow, you will fade. We should leverage on technology. Somebody said the church, now the church of today is, the church of today rather, is in the studio room. Do you understand that? The church is in the studio room. We should consider this. We should consider this. This is the world we find ourselves. Now, I don't see that what we are doing before, we should condemn it, but it just means that we should think about this. Probably we add more to what we have been doing before. We should grow the church on budget. Every parachurch organization, every church should grow it. Is this not the time that we will go and embark on elephant project, building a church capacity of for 100,000, 1 million? No, the church is not, either we know it or not, Africa, either we know it or not, a lot of people have lost their job, and a lot of other people still lose their job. So if you are a pastor and you are not careful with your asking for money, asking for donation, asking for contribution, you may end up losing a lot of your members. You may end up losing it. So the church will focus on the most crucial and important thing, which is the church will focus on the head of their members. The church should be sensitive to the feelings and the need of members. I think either the non-church organization or the pastors should build trust. They should build confidence on the people, because today people are full of anxiety. They don't know what may happen tomorrow. This is not the time that we begin to develop messages that we begin to condemn people. And finally, in my opinion, the church should be intentional. Every one of us, every leader should be intentional in relationship building. This is not the time of saying, yes, I'm the pastor, I'm the country leader, I am top, and I'm superior. No, it is time that for everyone to come together. Let's behave like brothers and sisters. Let's build one another up. Let's touch one another. Let's feel the emotion and the impact and the feelings of other people. And by so doing, we will encourage everybody to go on and everybody continue.
Interesting. Thank you so much, sir. So leveraging technology, building relationship, embarking on big projects of building and connecting to our people more. Fantastic. Wow. Okay, yeah. Now, what can organizations do to become self-sustaining at this time of crisis, especially church and parachurches? What can they do, looking at the present trend, to be able to sustain themselves?
Okay, in my opinion, some of them I've mentioned, but let me just say it in another way. Organizations should think of staying within the budget. It's so important. Organizations should think of staying within the budget. This is not the time that your church will want to go and buy a limousine for the country leader. No, you should think of staying within the budget. It's important. Every organization, most especially parachurch organization, should suspend or avoid a kind of elephant project, Peter project. I've said this is not the time that you want to go and build cathedral. No, you really want to. I tell you the truth. Some organization will go under. While some organization will thrive, some organization will go under. My thinking is this: organization, we should use this time to think. What are the best things? How best can we bring this redemptive gospel to people? How best can we do it? How best can we do it? Because people are haughty. A lot of people just quit. In fact, a lot of pastors, they just said, no, I'm tired, enough about this. I cannot continue to bury my people anymore. I want to quit ministry. So organizations should, honestly prioritize. They should be sensitive in their ask. They should not just do a lot just for kind of showing sake. No, they should not. They should think of restructuring. In fact, somebody said, Greg Grosset said, this is even the time for you to readjust everything. So there are some things you have been doing foolishly before. There are some ineffective stuff you have on your team before. This is the time for you to really readjust.
So we need to be intentional about it. We need to plan ahead. We need to do the most important things. Wow. These are serious points. Thank you very much, sir. We've really been blessed by your insights and responses. And I believe that the audience are learning one or two things from this conversation. We really appreciate you. Now, as a senior leader, how can you encourage leaders like you, upcoming leaders, to respond to crisis? How should people lead during times of crisis like this?
Let me say 4 or 5 things. Number one, you must be authentic. This is the time of crisis, is the time that people really want to see how open, how authentic, how trustworthy you are. It's not a time you fake. You must be authentic. Now, for example, don't just tell people that is their own problem, that you are safe, you are covered by the blood of Jesus. Yes, you are covered by the blood of Jesus, but you have your children. The fear is there. Everyone is have a kind of part, either one fear or the other. You must be authentic. Don't fake it. Don't be a fake leader. Now, number two, in my opinion, have a sincere and open conversation. You must have sincere and open conversation. Tell them the way things are. Don't just lie. Don't tell people things that are not. Don't tell people that you are a superstar. In my opinion, be open in your conversation with people. Be friendly. Let your conversation, it's like converse with them, talk to them with empathy, kind of a thing. Have a long-time plan, but a short-time execution. You need to have a long-time plan that in 2 years' time, in 5 years' time, in 20 years' time, this and this and this will happen. But you need to have a short-time execution. That is it. Every week you review it. Because what happens, what you think last week may not be what is happening this week. The third thing, in my opinion, is that you should show interest show interest in the people you are leading. Show empathy and pay attention to their feelings. You should show empathy. Pay attention to their feelings. Now, number four, in my opinion, let people know that you are all in it. This is not a time to show superstar, that I am more spiritual than you. Oh, let people know that you are in it. And finally, in my opinion, communicate hope. Communicate hope. We are all facing this problem. We are all facing this pandemic. We are all, we all fear. We all fear. We all know that the problem is all over. But there is a hope. And you anchor them to that hope. You anchor your to Jesus Christ. You anchor them as a faith-based organization. Anchor people. Anchor people. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Maybe finally, before we start attending to the comments and questions coming from the audience, can you just share some leadership encouragement, leadership message with leaders that could be listening to us now? Generally, sir.
Thank you. Let me say this, my brother. Leaders listening to me, you should realize that crisis time, though it may be there now, but it's not going to last forever. So be encouraged. Don't quit. Don't give up hope. Be encouraged. You know, in this time of crisis, it may probably be the greatest time, or the appointed time that God have assigned for you to bless you. So don't see it from a negative point of view. That will always be a kind of a morning of joy, and it may come very soon. No matter circumstances may be, no matter how worse the situation may be, there is a blessing. There is a better life ahead of you. I want you to know that. I also want you to know that in our most difficult time, Christ is there for us. Is there with us. In our most difficult, I said, I promise you this, I will not leave you alone. I will be with you, no matter what may happen. I told you, God never promised us a smooth ride, but a safe landing.
A safe landing.
He is there. He is there for us. He is there. They have a crisis and we got a problem that I know that very soon it will soon be over. And God, who have taken you to it, will take you out of it. I hope you understand that. If God have allowed us to
Yeah.
go into it, he will definitely take us out of it. Finally, to my leader,
Wow.
in this period of pandemic, we should be wise. We should listen. No, because this is caused by virus, and some said it's caused by demons, but it's all here. We should listen to the scientists. Pastors, you are a spiritual man. You are not a scientist. So if the scientist tells you to cover up, to use face masks, and to do this thing, please obey. If scientists tells us that we should not go out, please obey. And at the same time, we should listen to the government. What is the advice of the government? So though some of their measure may go against the church, that is okay. Jesus said, I will build my church, and the gate of hell will not prevail against it. No matter how adverse the problem may be, no matter how adverse, what government may do, what anybody may say, the church of God remains forever. So it's God that is building his church. By the way, it's God that owns his church. It's not you, it's not me, but it's owned by God. So as workers in the vineyard of God, let's cooperate with our master. Thank you so much.